Arturis makes one of his first decisions. He's been doing a lot of interviewing of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He likes some coaches' honesty that he's considering keeping on board. A lot of players have been saying they do not like Boylen and they want him gone. But who knows? Maybe some are saying they want him to stay. As of right now, he's still with the Chicago Bulls. But one of the Bulls' head athletic trainer, who has been with the Bulls as long as I could remember from early 2000s, Jeff Tanaka, has the Bulls decided to decline his contract and to let him go.
You are not a Tanaka!
About that.
I definitely did not see that coming, and it's surprising to see athletic trainers making the front headlines of ESPN or other news sports outlets. I don't think I've ever seen that before, other than maybe, athletic trainers getting in trouble for other inappropriate things that I won't mention. But it's crazy to see that he's gone. And, there's been a lot of fans that have been saying that, he should have been gone. He was terrible. And we had so many injuries. I don't know whether that's necessarily his fault. I've usually, if you're a professional athletic trainer at that point, at the highest level, I think they're pretty good. I don't know in details and how he played a hand in a lot of injuries that a lot of star players that we've had as of late. I'm sure that will come out. But yeah, I was definitely surprised today.
And he was part of the Bulls in the early 2000s, as we know. We've always seen him on the bench if he was a head athletic trainer or if he was just one of the other athletic trainers. Probably part of the Garpax crew, right? I'm sure Arturis has his own line of guys that he's looking to put in office and that he trusts. And I'm sure that's actually one of the positions that he's looking and he has a guy for. But yeah, since we're talking about injuries, the Jazz starting forward, Boban Bogdanovic, undergoes right wrist surgery. And this isn't the Boban from that 7'3" that could dunk, not the Boban and Tobias Harris, the 7'3" guy. This is a different Boban. Boban Bogdanovic is a forward. He was averaging 20 points a game this year, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. He's 31 years old, and he's fresh on a 4-year, $73 million contract. And Utah has been in a weird situation. So if they come back like we were talking about in a few weeks and they're missing 20 points a game from this guy, that's going to put them in a different situation, kind of a challenging situation. Utah is currently 4th in the West at a 41-23 record, which is surprisingly because it's hard to imagine with all the lineup struggles and Conley struggles and kind of their identity. And as of right now, the COVID-19 Gobert and Donovan Mitchell relationship going on. And then you look at their record and you go, oh, they're 4th in the West right now, right? They're only a couple games ahead of OKC and the Houston Rockets by only 1 game. And they're ahead of Dallas by 2.5 games right now. Jazz were struggling with, like I said, in previous podcasts, Jazz were struggling with their lineups, right? They were arguing, should Conley be coming off the bench or should Joe Ingles be coming off the bench? Conley was playing really poorly at the beginning of the year, and then they put him on the bench, and he got hurt. He was coming off the bench. Joe Ingles just had the chemistry with the starting lineup. Andrew, moving forward, where do you see this Jazz team? Let's say they play out the last 17, whatever games of the playoffs. Do you think this Jazz team can hold the 4th spot, or do you think they start falling to like a 6th or 7th spot with all of this going on?
I imagine there's going to be a slight slump. They have been playing kind of inconsistently throughout the year. At one point of the year, they did win 10 in a row, and then towards the latter half of the year, before the shutdown of the league, they lost 5 games in a row to all the teams that you listed that are in the playoff hunt with them, as far as getting up the ranks in the West. And yeah, it's strange to see Boban go down like that, and his shooting hand is getting, his shooting wrist is getting worked on. And yeah, I wouldn't say they're in a free fall for right now, but I would say that there's going to be there's a lot of work to do there in Utah, and if they're going to want to make if they're going to try to make the Western Conference Finals this year, possibly the finals, they're going to have to figure it out with consistent lineups. Who's going to be that guy now that they can go to for a bucket, and can Mike Conley figure it out?
No, I feel like I mean I'm with you. Like I really can't tell. Like they were in a slump, then they kind of go back in it. The one thing I will say this Boban injury does is that it fixes the lineup, right? Boban's out. Now you're going to have Mike Conley start. You could have Joe Ingles start. There's no like which one starts. You could have them both start now. You have Donovan Mitchell. You have Royce O'Neal that could start, who was starting with Boban before. And then you have Gobert in the starting lineup. So it sounds like, to me, the lineup should be fixed, right? I mean, obviously you want Boban in that lineup, and it should Joe Ingles or Conley come off the bench. But Boban means so much to this team. And I'm going to say this. Sneaky Boban. That was brilliant. His wrist was hurting through the course of the season, Andrew, his right wrist. But he was playing through the pain, and he was probably going to get surgery at the end of the season. That was his goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
This COVID-19 thing happens. The NBA's talking about coming back in a few weeks, and it's looking like wheels are starting to roll. And Boban's like, whoa, I'm going to get some surgery. But if the league starts, you're going to have to pay him, Andrew. They can't not pay him just because he got injured, right? And he has surgery. So now he doesn't have to make the decision. Should I play or should I sit and not get paid? Now he has to sit. He's injured. He's like, well, I would play, but my right surgery wrist, now I can't play. I think it's brilliant of Boban. What do you think of that take?
Yeah, that's an interesting take. Didn't really think. I wasn't thinking in those terms, and I don't know.
Neither was I until right now.
I don't know whether Boban planned it that way. Maybe it was accidental. Could have been. It could have been his agent, which wouldn't surprise me. But yeah.